Hello, welcome to a normal edition of CropLife Retail Week. I'm Eric Sfoligoy, editor of CropLife and CropLife Iron, here again with Laura Sawinski. Laura, it has been a long time since you and I just chatted one-on-one. So how you been?
I know it feels, I think it's only been a couple weeks, but it feels like it's been a couple months. It's funny how
It
that
it it,
goes.
it does feel like a long time. You haven't been able to criticize anybody's clothing or talk about backgrounds or dogs barking in the background. So but hey, you're looking well. Good to see you again.
Thank you very much. Nice to be back. Nice to be recording Retail Week in the home studio. All that good stuff.
Yeah. So, hey, I wanted to talk about something. Again, we did talk about it briefly in the past couple of videos. I know I used it as a fun with numbers, but this whole mega merger that's going to be going on potentially in the railroad industry, Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern getting together, as we stated, 50,000 route miles across
Hmm.
43 states are what we're talking about.
Hmm.
These routes link over 100 ports, and there is a very, very great amount of grain that is shipped by these two railroads individually, and combined, obviously, the percentage will be. I think we said it was a little over 10% of all the grain be going through their system. So
Hmm.
this is a big deal. I know that I have, since that merger was announced. I don't know about yourself, but I've seen several of the trade associations for agriculture basically throwing up notes of caution, saying that they
Hmm.
really are going to want to see some more details on this, what it's going to mean, because of course their fear is that with fewer options for grain shippers, that prices are going to increase. So we will have to see. What have you been hearing on this front?
Yeah, I think obviously the price hike concerns is one. uh, the customer service aspect
Oh,
and
yes.
service, our dwell time's going to increase. Is capacity going to be affected? I mean, there are a lot of service components to this that grain shippers are rightfully worried about. So hopefully we can get some good answers, but certainly understand the trepidation about the merger. I mean, it's not like we have a lot of class one options when it comes to rail. I mean, it's a industry that's controlled by a handful of carriers, rail carriers, and you want to make sure that you're not affecting competitiveness and pricing and so forth. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, I was going to say, and we do have some time. Everything I've read seems to indicate that if this deal indeed happens, that it will not close until sometime in 2027. So
Hmm.
we have, year and a half to basically kind of keep an eye on things as this moves forward through, the government and the regulatory bodies that oversee this kind of thing. But again, I'll bring up something I remember happening back, I think it was back in the 1990s when all the legacy airlines were getting together and
Hmm.
merging. And, I know there were a lot of people in the marketplace who were concerned that, hey, with all these big companies getting together, that there's only going to be three airline options for everyone to pick from, which means it's going to limit choice and it's going to increase prices.
Hmm.
But business like nature abhors a vacuum. And after all that happened, you had all these bargain budget carriers come into the marketplace like Spirit and JetBlue and Frontier. So those niches that might have otherwise gone underutilized
Hmm.
and underserved were indeed taken care of. So I don't know if there's a parallel with railroad or not. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the difference is, I mean, establishing rail routes and putting down track is really different than
Right.
introducing a new route or launching a new air carrier. So
Yeah.
yeah, but we'll
But
see. Yeah, you're right. Thankfully, there's that nice buffer of time.
yes.
So
Yeah, so we'll be talking more about this as we go forward. But hey, something that is more immediate that has happened in the marketplace on this front. when you're talking about divestitures, I guess. Our
Mhm.
friends at Rantizo have actually decided that they are now going to be selling their drone spraying operations to a specialized investment group, and that the company now will be kind of rebranding itself as a software solutions company. And now they're going to be going by the name of American Autonomy. So, and again, this took place back at the beginning of August. So, so for the folks who like Rantizo spray equipment, it'll continue to have that name. But if you're used to dealing with the Rantizo folks that have been there, they now will be going, like I say, as American Autonomy as their new name. So,
Yeah, I saw that too. Another interesting development. Um, Kind of keep an eye on that. Curious
mm,
about that.
yep. All right. Well, Miss Laura, I've been talking. So, hey, what news do you have to share with our audience?
Well, the latest Purdue CME Ag Economy Barometer came out August 5th. I really thought there were quite a few interesting trends and developments, if you will, with this latest index. So I wanted to spend a little more time diving into it. So for this latest barometer, the July index fell 11 points from June's reading, fueled by U.S. farmers' weaker perceptions regarding both current conditions and their expectations for the future. Concerns about weak income prospects this year were evident in the July survey, as the Farm Financial Performance Index fell 14 points compared to June's. This month's decline, July, left the index at a reading of 90, indicating that more farmers expect weaker than stronger income in 25 compared to 24. Weakening crop prices are eroding income prospects. For example, in the eastern corn belt, bids for fall harvest delivery of corn and soybeans were 7% and 3% lower during the July survey week, respectively, than just 4 weeks earlier. In turn, the decline in farmers' income prospects helped push the farm capital investment index down 7 points in July to a reading of 53. Another thing that stood out for me, the short term farmland value expectations index dipped 5 points below June's. This month's survey included a question regarding crop producers' expectations for farmland cash rental rates in 2026. Despite weakening crop income prospects, nearly three-fourths of respondents said they expect cash rental rates in 2026 to remain about the same, with just 11% of crop producers indicating they expect rental rates to decline. One supporting factor for both farmland values and farmland cash rental rates could be producers' expectations regarding the farm income safety net provided by U.S. farm programs. In the July survey, 31% of respondents said they expect the safety net in the 2025 Farm Bill to be stronger than in the previous Farm Bill. To wrap it up, U.S. farmers in July were somewhat more optimistic about future agricultural trade prospects than a month earlier. This month, 43% of respondents said they expect agricultural exports to increase in the upcoming 5 years, up from 41% a month earlier. Few producers said they look to exports to decline, 13% of respondents felt that way, down from 16% who felt that way in June. And in a related question, 64% of July's survey respondents said they think it likely that new foreign export markets will open up to American agriculture goods in the next 5 years. To further gauge U.S. farmers' outlook regarding trade and policy, the July survey included the following question: would you say things in the United States today are generally headed in the right direction or on the wrong track? 74% of respondents said the U.S. is headed in the right direction. Some good insights there from this latest ag economy barometer. Undoubtedly, though, the farm income and just that everlasting, right? We've been talking about it for a while, and some nice positive signs here and there, but that's, I think, the overarching thing that is dampening a lot of expectations, both current and future.
Yeah, and again, of course, as we're getting at the end of summer here. I know a lot of kids are going back to school, and the summer shows are taking place. So, getting into the fall, we'll start getting some harvest numbers and projections there. So we'll see how commodity prices hold up throughout the fall. I'm sure that may change some of these moods for the positive or negative. We'll see.
That's it.
All right. Well, hey, just speaking of summer shows, for those of you who are going to be in Bloomington, Illinois next week, the annual Midwest Ag Industries Exposition, also known as the MAGIE Show, taking place on the fairgrounds there in Bloomington. I will be there along with a bunch of our folks from CropLife. So look for me if you're going to be attending the show on August 20th and 21st, and say hi. And again, of course, I will be handing out the annual Showstopper Award, always fun, and to the best product at the event. And it'll be interesting to see old friends and see what new equipment's going to be on display that folks are going to be able to buy for themselves going into the 26 growing season. So
Yeah, that's going to be a great show. Wishing you and the team well, and hope the weather cooperates. But really glad that you guys are going to be on the ground there and enjoying another Maggie show.
is a typical MAGIE show. Usually it doesn't rain, knock on wood. I've only had that happen one time that I've attended the MAGIE shows over the last 25 years or so. But yes, the weather can be in the 80s and semi pleasant, or in the 90s with 100 and some odd degree heat index, in which case we're all sweating like crazy and really, really not that happy to be outside. So
Well, stay cool.
we will do our best. All right, Miss Law. Well, we're at the end of the program, so it is time for your favorite segment. Time for fun with numbers.
Yay!
So I got a percentage for you this week, my dear. 13%. Lucky number, 13%. All right.
Yep.
So is 13%, Miss Laura, is that A, the projected increase in corn production for 2025? Is it B, the projected decrease in soybean production for 2025? Is it C, the projected decrease in wheat production for 2025? Or is it D, the amount of time Laura and I have spent together on Retail Week the past 3 weeks?
Oh goodness. I'm gonna go with A.
You are correct. Yes.
Yeah.
This came from our friends at the USDA's National Agricultural Statistics Service in their report that they put out on August 12th. They were talking about the forecast for corn production is very positive for 2025. Looks like it's going to be up 13% from last year. Forecast is for 16.7 billion bushels of corn this year. And they're projecting record high forecasts of 100, almost 189 bushels per acre in places like Illinois, Indiana, and Iowa, of course, the I states. And if you're wondering, soybean and wheat are both projected to be down 2%, respectively, each. Soybeans projected to be down to let's see here, 4.29 billion bushels. That's what it's projecting for soybean, and wheat will be at 1.93 billion bushels. So again, down slightly from 2024's numbers, but corn going gangbusters. So good. I know we've been hearing a lot about droughts in various parts of the country, but
Right.
apparently the corn, luckily, is not being affected.
That's good. Yeah, I actually saw that report come out, so I
Oh, okay.
feel like I was prepared this time.
So good job. All right. All right, Ms. Lara, thanks for doing the fun with numbers. Congratulations on getting it correct. And viewers, we hope you enjoyed this edition of CropLife Retail Week, and we see you again next week. Thanks a lot. If you have questions or comments about today's episode of Retail Week, contact us by email or Twitter, or type your message in the comment section below. Your feedback is important to us. We will try our best to address your thoughts in next week's episode, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.